So here is part 2 of the first episode of The Summer I Turned Pretty, season 3. We leave off with Belly and Jeremiah. Jeremiah's in a pissed off mood because he found out that he's not graduating with the rest of his class. I did think it was kind of ironic because as we're watching, we noticed that he got a notification for Cabo, but he wasn't getting notifications about his schoolwork and his emails. Like, make it make sense. So he's kind of in a pissed off mood and really doesn't want to do anything. And Bally's being such a mom, which I think is interesting because it's the whole, when Susanna passed, oh, take care of them, be there for them, be their people. And so Belly definitely feels like she has to do that, questioning if she's going to go to Paris or not. She feels like she's leaving him behind for some weird reason. And then we got this scene with Steven and Belly, which I actually loved. I love when Sean and Lola have scenes because I feel like they're some of the favorites and some that people really remember, because we got the fight last season and that was one of my favorite scenes. And then this one was actually really good too. I feel like they both were able to say so much to each other and you can see their close bond this season. Belly is definitely venting her frustration on the whole Steven and Taylor cheating on Mia and Davis and how they all just need to figure their situation out. But I also think it's just such a nod to the whole Jeremiah Belly cheating situation in general. Belly saying you need to figure it out, this isn't right, you can't keep doing this. And then Steven saying, well, it must mean something though, we keep coming back to each other, feel like it's never really over, which never really over is such a Belly Conrad nod from last season with Katy Perry at the boardwalk. That was the song that they played when they were playing the basketball shoot your shot. So it's they both have it. They both have that invisible string and they can't let go of each other. So I feel like that's going to be an interesting kind of theme within this story. And then Belly also just venting her frustration on Jeremiah being treated unfairly, whatever, by Adam, and Steven trying to not necessarily defend Adam, but explain Jeremiah was dumb and didn't read his emails. You need to be responsible for that. And then we got another scene with Conrad and Agnes. I love Agnes. I think she's one of my new favorite characters. I feel like she is just such an amazing friend, and he really needed that. I was rooting for him to have that from the very beginning. Obviously, I've read the books how many times, so I knew that Agnes was going to play an important part in the season, and she did not disappoint. I just feel like he needs that almost tough love situation, and this was one of the most epic scenes that I had been waiting for. The whole "have you ever been in love," which was originally in the books, it was at the library, and I said this before, them moving it to a bar definitely humanizes Conrad. It makes him look a little bit more relaxed. But I really, really, really loved this scene, and I thought it was interesting how they kind of stretched it out a little bit, bringing in the flashback from the 4th and just kind of allowing Conrad to be vulnerable and explain I knew going forward I was never going to be able to be alone with her because it would be way too difficult. So, oh my gosh, I loved this scene so much. I really hope we get more of Agnes. She's amazing. Everything that I thought she would be. And then we got the best for last. Jeremiah is a moron. And we find out that Jeremiah was cheating when he went to Cabo with Lacey Barone. We got to meet Lacey Barone. I swear my 14-year-old self was just oh my gosh, what is happening? I was just so excited for this scene, and Jenny did not disappoint. Not just because I am a Team Conrad girl, it was just the slap, everything was I can't even. It was just everything that I thought it would be. I absolutely loved it. Lola did amazing. And her running in those heels, come on. But yeah, it was so good. But yeah, I want to know your thoughts on the rest of the episode. I'm going to come up with another one of these for episode 2. So be on the lookout. But loved episode 1. So good. And another thing, why is the standard that Belly has for Conrad so much higher than the standard she has for Jeremiah? Here's why. Belly is just another enabler in Jeremiah's life. Stephen was right. He said, you're no better than Adam. Stephen, you clocked it on that one. Let's look at the 2 breakups for a second. Belly and Conrad break up. She runs her mouth for months saying Conrad broke up with her at prom. But we roll the tapes and we see Belly broke up with Conrad. I do like how they kind of touched on it in season 3 and he's like, well, I was pulling away. But the facts are facts here, people. Conrad did not break up with Belly. Belly broke up with Conrad. Not to mention, he was pulling away because his mom dies mere weeks after prom. And then Belly is strutting around as if Conrad is this huge jerk, as if his mom didn't die, as if that had nothing to do with prom. And it's something that she literally cannot get over. So much so that she ruins his mom's funeral. But, let the record show that Belly broke up with Conrad at prom. Now, maybe he wasn't fighting it because he had no emotional capacity to at the time, but he didn't break up with her. Now let's talk about the Jeremiah breakup. He broke up with Belly. He legitimately broke up with Belly. He started the fight out of nowhere. He's the one that didn't tell her he even booked a trip to Cabo. He lied when he said, oh, I told you about that. No, he didn't. Then basically it leads to him saying, well, we should just break up. Jeremiah actually broke up with Belly. And then we know what happened after that. Not only did she take him back, they're getting married with no ring. Like, girl, come on. And he's in debt, girl. He's in debt already. No cap and gown, and he's in debt. Anyway, I think Belly babies Jer, like everybody else does. I think she enables him. And I think he gets away with stuff that Conrad just doesn't get away with. I think that applies to their parents, but I think it applies to Belly too. Like in season 1, we saw how hard Adam was on Conrad, where he's like, why did you let Belly drink so much? Why was that Conrad's responsibility? It wasn't. Why were Conrad's emotions something that Belly could not understand while his mom was actively dying? But Jer, she's like, yeah, let's get married. I think everyone has a higher standard for Conrad, including Belly, and I think Belly truthfully enables Jeremiah. Like, it's actually laughable at this point. Also, I'm gonna be petty. The comparison between the scene of Jeremiah not graduating and Conrad getting the elite clinic job. Girl, you made the wrong choice. And Belly, we know that deep down you know that. Come on. I want to talk about what is probably my favorite piece of dialogue in episode 1 of season 3 of The Summer I Turned Pretty. And one of the reasons that I love The Summer I Turned Pretty so much is because Jenny Han is such a smart writer. She's never just using throwaway dialogue. Because every time that she throws dialogue at her characters, it's either telling us more about her characters or it's telling us more about the storyline. My favorite piece of dialogue this far involves these two. It's not this scene, but it is the scene after they are leaving Belly's dorm room and they are walking through campus and they part ways. And what Belly and Jeremiah talk about here is literally the premise for the entire season. There's so much foreshadowing. Jenny Han basically is saying this is what's gonna happen in these next few episodes in this brief dialogue that they have right here. So Belly and Jer are walking through campus and there is a group of girls who presumably play volleyball, and they cross the path in front of Belly and Jer and they say hi, and he says, do you ever miss it? And Belly says no, because she's in denial. She's in denial this whole season. So she says no, and then she thinks about it for a second, and then she goes, you know, it's just crazy how one decision can change the rest of your life. But then he tries to put a positive spin on it, and he says, well, if that hadn't happened, then you would have never found sports psychology. And Belly says, no, I think I would have found it. I think it would have just taken me longer to get there. I hope you're tracking. I hope you're tracking. This is not about volleyball. That is the premise of this entire
season. Belly being in denial about her feelings for Conrad. Do you miss it? Do you miss him? No. And then she thinks about it. Well, it's just crazy how one choice can affect the rest of your life. Yeah, like dating his brother. He says, yeah, but this led you to finding your true passion, AKA this led you to me. And she says, no, I would have found that path anyway. It would have just taken me longer to get there. And we know that she's gonna get there. It's just gonna take a little bit longer than expected. The writing is on the wall there. I mean, I don't know how she could be more clear. Jenny Han, you genius. I love her. Let me know if you caught this, and let me know your thoughts.
It is no mistake that this proposal came immediately after Belly was afraid for Stephen's life. It is no mistake that Belly jumped to Jeremiah while she was grieving her breakup with Conrad. It's no mistake that they jumped headfirst into this in the first place. We are watching two incredibly young individuals stuck in the bargaining and denial stages of grief. Since the ancient days of season 1, this man has been rushing this girl because he has been using her to cope with the grief of his mother's death. Belly has been using him to cope with not only the loss of Susanna, but also the loss of Conrad. Taylor literally told her days before that the best way to get over a man is to get under a new one. If she had to lose Susanna, if she had to also lose Conrad, at the same time that she was reckoning with potentially losing the house too, she was going to cling to Jeremiah. He projected Susanna onto Belly. He says, my dad always loved Conrad better, but he says, I had my mom. She was the only person who ever saw me, her and Belly. So what he's been saying to himself this entire time is, if I don't have my dad's love, at least I get to have Belly, and Conrad can't have her. We see that happen in season 1. And it's especially triggered after the 4th of July when he is rejected by Adam. Then we see him reason, if I don't have my dad's love, at least I have my mom. But if I can't have my mom, then I need to have Belly. These bargains have created extreme codependency. The way that he is screaming at her in this scene and throwing things on her that were never hers to carry. He guilt trips her excessively to make her feel responsible for filling a role that was never hers to fill. And now Belly has had an opportunity to choose something for herself. She is first and foremost afraid of abandoning Jeremiah. She confirms in season 3 that's exactly what this conversation made her feel. Jeremiah is completely incapable of facing normal adult challenges. He uses Belly as a crutch. He says that losing Belly feels like he's losing the best part of himself. Keeping her close feels like he doesn't have to face the grief of losing his mother. Since he lost his mom, Belly has been the center of his world. But this isn't even true in and of itself, because all of the decisions that he has made that have caused this explosion in their relationship is because he was not considering Belly at all. Belly is stuck in denial herself. She admits that deep down, she knows a part of her is still in love with Conrad. Yet she shoves it down and avoids telling Jeremiah that she ran into him at Christmas. When Belly reacts to Jeremiah cheating, she says, whatever this is, whatever we were, like, she can't even actually name it. And when they get engaged, both admit that they can't imagine life without the other. Both are clinging to each other as they navigate change, as they avoid the pain of the inevitability of death, as they avoid difficult conversations. And what we are seeing is not love. It is a kind of love, but it's really denial, as both are afraid of the great unknown.
Jeremiah would have never forgotten the corsage. Jeremiah is so nice to her. Jeremiah and Belly are able to communicate. Well, you want to know what Conrad would have done? Conrad wouldn't have cheated on her. Plain and simple. Jeremiah cheated on her 4 days after they get into an argument. They were still together 4 days. And he does it twice in 4 days. Like, oh my gosh. And alongside that, He goes to the hospital right after her brother gets into an accident and decides why not propose there. Like, oh my gosh. In addition to the fact that he has no ring, he has no job, he just does it there at the hospital. Like, oh yeah, and is also 20K in debt. Like, oh my gosh, Belly, my girl, I love you, but this season is hurting me. It's hurting me so bad. Belly is just so willing. I'm like, Bells, my girl, get it together. Oh my gosh, I can't. I want to know your thoughts on this whole thing, because it is insane.
Affecting. Oh, if that's Conrad, I'm gonna die. It is Conrad. Come on, girlfriend.
We hadn't seen each other.
You can do it.
And we hadn't been alone together since. Hey.
Oh my god.
Day
They hug?
Why are you holding a poker?
Oh, I thought you were a burglar.
Right.
Cute. Cute, cute, cute. Pajamas. Oh my god, that's where they had sex. They're both thinking it. Well, I'm thinking it. For both of them. Oh my god. Oh, it's like the exact
You have chocolate all over your face.
way they were.
No, I don't.
What did you do? You just stick your whole head in to save time?
Shut it. No, you don't.
You cold? I can start a fire. So I think it's maybe a little
Oh
fire. I think I'm just gonna crash.
my god.
Merry Christmas, Belly.
Oh god.
It's really good to see you.
Fucking hell.
You too.
Just like, okay, shit. She played that so well, like, not thinking about fucking.
Right when I woke up, I had this funny feeling
Oh,
that
but
he had
he's,
already left.
oh, he's still there. Oh, wow.
I thought you were gone. Oh,
Still here.
still here.
He looks kind of funny, but the way he said the line was very cute.
Let me help you out.
No. Ow. Just give me a minute.
He's got wet hair. Come.
Anyway, like Jared, I can pick you up, Belly.
Can you? I don't know if I am.
Come on. Okay, now you're okay.
You're okay. Oh, that was cute. This is cute. Damn it. So cute.
You're okay.
Yeah.
Oh. The way he says you're okay.
That's when I had this sudden thought. A part of me will always love you.
It's gonna make me cry. I don't know why it's making me cry. They do love each other.
We spent the day together, but not together.
This song makes me cry too.
Just blink, blink, blink.
Oh my god, they're so married.
Hammy.
Hammy.
Oh my god. I want them to be together so bad.
Compared to the work that Laszlo was doing for the Resistance.
I don't know why this is making me cry.
Somebody get more firewood.
You are way too young to be this cynical.
Yeah.
This is making me cry more than Steven in the hospital.
Actually, in Cousins, I got super lonely, so I drove up.
Hi. Did you bring dinner?
I came by
No,
myself.
she's with Conrad.
Excuse me. Conrad's phone got messed up because no other song is stuck in my head.
Yeah, he.
What?
Hello?
Ellie, can you hear me?
Jared,
I can hear what you're saying.
Oh, he's gonna leave.
Wait, I'll try to, okay, bye, love.
No.
Okay, love you.
Or is it just getting more firewood?
I never told Jeremiah that Conrad was with me at Cousins
I get it.
because there was nothing to tell.
That's also true.
Nothing happened with Conrad. Nothing was ever going to happen.
She wakes up and he's gone. Right, yeah.
The next morning,
I don't know, it makes me cry so much. I don't know, it's so sad. But it's like not sad, but it is, I don't know.
No goodbye.
Yeah, that's so painful. But it's like painful being with her, like, of course. They make me cry so much. Oh my god.
Conrad's sister, the ghost of Christmas.
Ah, damn it. Oh, that's so fun. The PS for Jenny Han, that's so cute. That's so cute. That's very sweet. I just want them together. Okay, this is your official warning about spoilers. I'm about to talk about my thoughts on the first episode. If you have not watched the first episode, you don't want to be spoiled, look away now. Keep going, keep scrolling. This is your spoiler warning. Let's get into it. Okay, I just finished episode 1. Oh my god, so many thoughts. I'm gonna go backwards, I think. I did not I mean, I love the whole the way that they presented the whole, like, we didn't see them have the fight about being on a break and the whole Cabo thing. Oh, well, we didn't see that, but like we heard about it and then it comes out in that way. Perfect, love that. Didn't expect their fight to go down that way. Don't hate the song drop of You're Losing Me. I didn't expect it to belong to these two, but don't hate it. I really love, I was wrong, so because I've previously been like, he fucking broke up with her at prom, but I love the way of telling that, like, he teed her up to break up with him. Love that, because it's completely true and it puts the onus on him. But she is the one that broke it off. Yep, love that. What else? And him in therapy. Oh my god. Just makes me so happy. And you can see the work that he's doing in therapy. And the fact that when him and Jeremiah were on the call together, that you could tell like something was wrong with Jeremiah, and he was like, what's going on? Loved that. And I loved the back-to-back, like you had Stephen and Belly have that chat about and just having that chat about the relationships and about her going to Paris, and then you had Jeremiah and Conrad chatting. Loved that. Interesting that Stephen and Taylor are cheating. And yep, so that's going to be interesting as it unfolds, and then now we find out Jeremiah, this happened. Loving it so much. I'm gonna have to take a break now. Like, I have to like have dinner, feed my dogs and all that kind of stuff, but can't wait for the second episode. Loved it so much. Can't wait to see what people think. I did record my reaction to the whole episode. I'm probably not going to be able to upload it for a couple days, but totally fine. I'm just so excited. I'm loving that we're back. I loved that first episode. Tell me what you think.